A barrage of rockets launched toward southern Israel from Gaza. Tonight, the war between Israel and the militant group Hamas is escalating. Israel is now waging a massive response to Saturday's deadly attack that left hundreds dead, including 9 Americans. We've got team coverage of the conflict for you tonight. Our Rich Nye is digging into security concerns right here in central Indiana. But we want to begin with our Emily Longnecker, who spoke with a mom whose 15-year-old daughter is going to high school in Israel. So, Emily, she is in hiding and hearing those sirens.
Yeah, Jenny, she is. Her name is Sophie Maurer, and I spoke with her mother, Megan, today, who told me as a mom she just feels helpless. Sophie is still in Israel, and they are desperately trying to get her out right now.
Yeah. Every second right now feels like eternity to Megan Maurer.
I haven't slept. I haven't eaten.
That's because every time the phone rings, this mother doesn't know what she'll hear.
I was hearing the sirens today, and then
on the other end of the line is Maurer's daughter, Sophie, who goes to high school in Israel.
She needs to be able to speak to us, and she needs to hear us being calm and confident, and we need to hide our own fears and be strong for her.
This is Maurer's most recent picture with her daughter. It was taken Friday before Maurer and her family flew home after visiting with Sophie and close family friends in a border town near Gaza. Maurer was on the plane to New York when she found out a family friend who they had visited with not 24 hours earlier was killed in the attacks.
He went out to help his neighbors, and he had a handgun, and he was killed in a firefight.
Maurer says before she left, she'd encouraged Sophie to stay with those friends an extra night instead of going back to school right away. Had she listened, Maurer doesn't know what could have happened.
Thank God she's a teenager, and she said, I miss my friends. I want to go back to school and see my friends.
Now Sophie's sheltering with some of those friends while sirens go off, and Maurer listens on the other end, telling her daughter to stay strong.
And Maurer says she keeps that phone by her 24/7, only sleeping in small increments, waiting for some word from Sophie that she is safe. And this mom says right now that is certainly not in Israel. In Indianapolis, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Also, right now, a prayer vigil is underway at a Jewish congregation on the north side of Indianapolis. The focus is showing support for the people of Israel. Our Rich Nye is there with some heightened security concern for both the Jewish and Muslim communities here in Indy. Rich?
Jenny, that program is underway here tonight. It began just a few minutes late and just a few minutes ago because of those heightened security measures as they were working to get people into the building tonight. You can see there is a standing room only crowd here, many people holding the flag of Israel. People who were coming in tonight went through a security measure where they were used a metal wands security detector. They also were checked their bags. The size of those bags was limited. This Israel versus Hamas war raises security concerns for both the Jewish and the Muslim communities here in Indianapolis. This afternoon, I attended afternoon prayers at the mosque on the near northwest side of Indianapolis. I'm told there are about 30,000 Muslims and 17 mosques in central Indiana. The director of the Indianapolis Muslim Community Association says they have a great relationship with the Jewish community here, looking out for one another, protecting one another, with no room for anti-Semitism or Islamophobia.
We have very good relationship with our law enforcement community, both federal and local police, and we will collaborate with every law enforcement agency to make sure that we are keeping our community safe. We need to export the peace. We cannot import violence and tragedies into the U.S.
The safety and security of our community is always a priority for us at Indianapolis Hebrew Congregation. We have implemented safety and security protocols that create a safe, comfortable environment for our congregants, and we remain vigilant and focused on how we create that space here.
And we're back live at the congregation Beth El Zedek for this Community Israel Solidarity Support event tonight. I was talking there with the executive director of the Indianapolis Hebrew congregation, and he asked that we talk on the phone and not do an on-camera interview and not show video of their building facility today because of some of those security concerns. Chase Howell is covering this event tonight, and he'll have that for you tonight on 13 News at 11.
Yeah, shows the seriousness of this conflict that we're feeling those impacts here in Indiana. Rich Nye reporting live for us tonight. Thank you.